What will you do if you suddenly got $3 million? Our hero first cursed his boss, shut the up, and beat the crap out of the friend who's been sleeping with his girlfriend. Wesley Gibson is a loser. He has a boring and thankless job as an account manager in a gray office building. On top of that, he has a boss named Janice who bullies him. Attitude poor, performance poor. Every time she yells at him, he has to pop anxiety pills, believing that he has some heart condition. To add insult to injury, his best friend at work, Barry, is having an affair with Wesley's girlfriend, Kathy. He is so despicable that at the convenience store he makes Wesley buy the condoms for him and Kathy. Watermelon chicks dig it, while Wesley, as always, swallows his anger and quietly buys another bottle of anxiety pills. Looking at the pathetic balance in his bank account, Wesley feels that this is his life, a dull and hopeless existence as a loser with no future. But the universe has plans for Wesley. After another thankless day at work, Wesley goes to the pharmacy to get more anxiety pills. He notices that a mysterious stranger is watching him from a distance. While he is waiting in line, a beautiful woman approaches him and tells him that she knew his father. In fact, his father was one of the best assassins in the world. Your father died yesterday on the rooftop of the Metropolitan Building. Before Wesley can respond, the woman suddenly tackles him to the ground. Gunfire erupts inside the pharmacy as the woman opens fire at a gunman who is hiding behind the shelves. Wesley gets up and runs away as the shooter gets in a truck. In the middle of the road, Wesley is thrown off the road by the headlights of the truck. The woman saves him from being run over. The assassin is right behind them, firing at them. The woman shoots out the windshield and Wesley takes the wheel. She climbs out of the passenger seat. Wesley blacks out as the woman drives on top of a bus. The assassin has given up. When Wesley wakes up, he's on the floor of a large abandoned textile mill. Several intimidating men are standing around him. Wesley tries to get up, but the beautiful woman from last night blocks his way. There is no running away from this. From the shadows, a calm voice says to Wesley, "I thought he'd be taller." It is Sloan, the leader of the mill. Sloan tosses Wesley a pistol and gestures toward a trash can full of flies. "Shoot the wings off the fly." Before Wesley can ask what this is all about, the other men lower their guns and point them at Wesley. "Either you shoot or I do." Either Wesley picks up the gun or he gets shot. His heart is racing faster and faster until the world starts to slow down, each twitch of their wings suspended like frames of film. To the amazement of everyone, including Wesley himself, he did it. Sloan tells Wesley that the condition he has is not a heart condition. In fact, it is a very special condition. Under pressure, Wesley's heart beats more than 400 times per minute, pumping adrenaline into his bloodstream. This gives him amazing reflexes and allows him to see things clearly. Only a handful of people in the world can do that. Your father could do it and you can do it. Wesley looks at Sloan in disbelief. Trembling, Wesley points the gun at Sloan and tells him to let him go, but Sloan remains calm and unfazed. Sanity is wasting your life as a nothing when you have the blood of a killer flowing in your veins. He tells Wesley they are part of the fraternity, an elite society of assassins that has existed for over 1,000 years. The woman who saved Wesley is Fox and the other men are also assassins. The gun Wesley was using was once his father's. In fact, his father was one of the best assassins in the fraternity, Mr. X, and you're going to use it to kill the man who shot him down in cold blood. Sloan reveals to Wesley what happened to his father. A few days ago, Mr. X was on a mission when a traitor within the ranks revealed his location, killing several other assassins. To find the traitor, Mr. X goes to an arms dealer in the downtown area. He shows the dealer a custom bullet and asks him about it, but the dealer replies that it has no markings, meaning that it was untraceable. Before the dealer can finish her sentence, a bullet pierces through her skull from a sniper's rifle. Mr. X does not flinch and immediately calculates where the sniper was based on where the bullet came from. He turns around, runs full speed towards the glass, and takes a shot while he was still in the air. Within minutes, he took down the entire sniper team. One of the dead sniper's phones rings and Cross, the mastermind behind the assassination of Mr. X, picks up. He was the traitor all along, but it was too late. Goodbye, Mr. X, the moment he notices the marker on the ground beneath him. A bullet flies past his temple, but he manages to take a shot at Cross and kill him. The man who attacked Wesley at the pharmacy and the assassin who chased them all the way to the mill is Cross. On top of that, Sloan has transferred all of the money belonging to Wesley's father to Wesley's bank account. The fraternity wants Wesley to join them and avenge his father's death. It is your long-awaited destiny to join us. Wesley is overwhelmed with all of this information and without another word, still clutching the gun, he turns around and runs away from the mill. The next day, Wesley wakes up in his apartment. He hopes that it was all a dream, but when he reaches into his pocket, a gun falls out. It is all real. He immediately checks his bank account. The balance reads $3.6 million. He is shocked. He opens the news and sees an article about his father's murder. All of the information Sloan told him was true. Just then his boss walks by and berates him as usual. Works well with others. That's a joke. What is this? What is this prick? But this time, Wesley does not cower. Shut the F up. The entire office falls silent, even the boss. Years of built-up frustration explode out of Wesley in a primal scream. She thinks she can push everyone around. Everyone stares at him in shock, including his boss. Wesley's coworker and best friend Barry walks up to him and opens his arms as if he wants a hug, but Wesley does not budge an inch. Groaning and screaming, Wesley storms out of the office, but when he sees something on a public screen, his anger is forgot. His face is shown next to Fox's labeled as wanted fugitives. Right now a car is pulling up in front of him. It is Fox. This time Wesley gets in without hesitation. Fox takes Wesley to the same textile mill where she saved his life. Wesley is greeted once again by Sloan. Do you make sweaters or do you kill people? The place where he was last night confuses him. Why would a group of elite assassins be in a factory full of weaving machines? Sloan does not explain and simply tosses Wesley to Fox. From now on she will be in charge of transforming Wesley into an assassin. The man straps Wesley to a chair and the training begins with a punch. The first instructor, the repair man, hits Wesley in the face, knocking him out cold. The first lesson for an aspiring assassin: learn to take a hit. When Wesley wakes up, he finds himself in a different room facing a man named the Butcher. The second lesson is much more gruesome. The Butcher tosses a knife in Wesley's shaking hands and tells him to stab him, but Wesley refuses and panics. The Butcher teases him, "I'm not a push to the edge." Wesley lunges forward and stabs the Butcher. Screaming, Wesley faints again. When he wakes up, he finds himself in a tub filled with a milky liquid. A wiry young man with sharp eyes named the Exterminator is next to him. This bath stimulates my blood cells and speed ups the process. A regeneration solution that can heal even the worst of injuries within hours. From then on, Wesley is put through a brutal training course. Get beaten to the brink of death by instructors, soak in the tub and get beaten to the brink of death by instructors. When it comes time to learn firearms, Wesley walks into a room full of human-shaped dummies, or so he thinks. He quickly realizes that they are not dummies, they are real people. He cannot bring himself to shoot them. "Hey, we can't shoot a dead woman. She might be somebody's mom." Fox step in, placing the corpse of a pig in front of the target. "You want me to shoot through, Wilbur? I want you to curve the bullet." As a college graduate, Wesley knows that bullets do not curve. It is impossible, but Sloan tells him it's not a question of how, it's a question of what. Let your instincts guide you. He raises his gun and fires the bullet. The bullet curves around the pig and hits the bullseye dead center. While Sloan talks about philosophy, Fox runs Wesley through intense training. She tosses him on a moving train, nearly throwing him off the edge. As they pass under a bridge, Fox ducks just in time, but Wesley is paralyzed with fear and fails the test. Back into the healing tub he goes. Meanwhile, Cross continues to kill other members of the fraternity. Sloan tells Wesley that he is the only one who can stop him. The final trial for Wesley is to snatch a shuttle from the middle of a high-speed loom. If he misses, he could lose fingers. He fails the test over and over again. His progress is slow and his confidence is fading. The only person who seems genuinely interested in talking to him is the Exterminator. He has a strange hobby, raising rats and attaching explosives to them, miniature moving bombs. He tells Wesley that the fraternity is ridiculous and mocks them. "You know, you can say this place is F up." What he does not realize is that Fox is right behind him. She hears everything and beats him to pulp. "You're a waste of my time. Why are you here?" She pushes him until he snaps and tells the truth. "I don't know who I am." It is this revelation that allows Sloan to take Wesley to a special room, his father's room. Everything in it belongs to the man Wesley never knew but always wanted to be like. Wesley asks Sloan about his father's death, but Sloan tells him that Cross betrayed the fraternity, so he had to kill the man who could outshoot him. Find a connection in this room, Wesley. Maybe the only way of finding out who you are. He realizes that he has found his purpose in life, to follow in his father's footsteps. The change in Wesley is remarkable. He stops struggling and starts adapting. His skills sharpen, his reaction time improves. During his free time, he studies everything he can about Cross, the man who killed his father, codename Cross, a man whose kill record is impeccable except for one name, one target he failed to kill. Wesley, now determined to avenge his father's death, Wesley defeats every instructor who stood in his way. He defeats the repairman, the Butcher, and can now snatch the shuttle from a high-speed loom with ease. He can even sprint on top of a moving train like it was nothing. The only test he has left is to curve the bullet. No matter how hard he tried, he could not do it, so Fox raises the stakes. She puts herself in the line of fire. If Wesley fails this test, she dies. There is no second chance. He lets go of everything he knows and, screaming, he does it. Welcome to the fraternity. Sloan leads Wesley into a dark chamber deep within the mill where an ancient weaving machine is the centerpiece of the room. This, Sloane tells Wesley, is the loom of fate. Over 1,000 years ago, weavers discovered that certain patterns in the fabric contained hidden names, names of people who would bring great chaos and destruction to the world. The fraternity was formed to stop them. They are orders that must be executed, entrusted to us so that we might forge stability out of chaos. Sloane interprets the loom's messages and the assassins carry out the executions. It is not their place to question, only to obey. Cross, the rogue assassin who murdered Wesley's father, was once their best agent. He betrayed them when his name appeared on the loom. Sloane gives Wesley his first mission, a name, but when Wesley gets on the train to kill him, he hesitates. How can he be sure that this person is truly evil? What if the loom is wrong? What if he is about to commit a murder, killing someone we know nothing about? I don't know if I can do that. Fox tells him the story of a girl whose father, a judge, was murdered by criminals one night. They tortured him and burned him alive in front of his daughter before branding her and leaving her for dead. The man who did this should have been eliminated by the fraternity, but a previous assassin, someone like Wesley, hesitated and let him go. We don't know how far the ripples of our decisions go. Kill one and maybe save 1,000. As Fox turns around, Wesley notices the burn mark on her neck. The girl in the story was Fox herself. Faced with this revelation, Wesley steadies his hand and finishes the job. The next time Wesley takes a job, everything goes smoothly. His target is a wealthy arms dealer. Wesley prepares to shoot him through the window of his car, but the glass is indestructible. The man behind the wheel smirks and makes fun of Wesley, but Wesley adapts. He veers off the road and uses the momentum to launch himself into the air. While he was airborne, Wesley shot downward through the sunroof, killing the arms dealer. Wesley and Fox return to Wesley's old apartment to retrieve his father's pistol, but when Wesley opens the door, he is greeted by Barry. Kathy, still as cruel and condescending as ever, mocks Wesley while he searches for his father's gun. Kathy says, "You are less than nothing. You're not even half the man that Barry is." From the hallway, Fox, fed up with Kathy's insults, walks up to Wesley and passionately kisses him in front of Barry and Kathy. He's a man. As Fox gets into the car to leave, Wesley waits outside and spots Cross. The chase begins. Wesley pursues Cross, gunning him down until they reach an industrial building. He hears a shot ring out from behind him, but it is not Cross. It is the exterminator, but Cross follows right behind him, shooting Wesley in the shoulder. When Wesley wakes up, he finds the exterminator bleeding out on the floor. Despite their best efforts, they could not save him. His death is a devastating blow to Wesley. He was one of the few people who showed any kindness to him, but Wesley has a lead. The bullet that killed the exterminator is traceable, analyzed. It leads them to a monastery, a sacred place, and the birthplace of the fraternity itself. It is a clear message. He's taunting me. He's sending me a message. Cross isn't hiding. He's taunting them. Fox warns Wesley that it is most likely a trap. He's trapping you, leading you to a place he knows very well, but Wesley is beyond caring. His father is dead. His friend is dead. He wants revenge. This is what you train me for. Sloane reluctantly agrees to let Wesley go, but the moment he leaves the room, Sloane does something else. He pulls out another strip of cloth from the loom, a name: Wesley's. Your next assignment. After Cross is dead, she is to end Wesley's life as well. The monastery is located in the mountains. Wesley tracks Cross to the monastery, where he finds an old man named Puarski. At the sight of Wesley, Puarski runs away. Wesley gives chase, but the old man is faster than he looks. He leads Wesley into a trap. Lower your gun. Before Puarski can pull the trigger, Fox arrives just in time. Wesley asks him about the bullet, but Puarski refuses. "I don't give a, tell me where he is." Realizing that resistance is futile, Puarski agrees to arrange a meeting between Wesley and Cross.
He leads them to a quiet remote train station, but the moment their guard is down, he makes a run for it, but they notice and Cross is already on a passing train. Wesley jumps on the railcar while Fox is able to get a stolen car. Inside the train, Wesley and Cross have a violent confrontation. Gunshots are fired and punches are thrown. Fox drives through the terrain and miraculously slams into one of the cars. She joins Wesley in the fight, but her exposed vehicle is immediately crushed by the walls as it exits the tunnel. On the other side, the front cars begin to derail while the back, where Wesley is, begins to fall off the cliff. Cross saves Wesley, but Wesley does not hesitate to shoot Cross. As he dies, Cross reveals that Sloane lied to him. "You're my son." Wesley is speechless as he looks at Fox to confirm his theory. "Is it true?" "Yes." "Why did you make me do this?" "Because you are the only person he wouldn't kill." Sloane hired him because he was the only person Cross would never shoot, and now Cross is dead, killed by his own son. Fox informs him that his name has appeared in the loom as well. She suddenly aims her gun at him, but Wesley is faster and he shoots her in the chest and plunges into the river below. Wesley awakens in a room and finds that the one who saved him is the old man from the monastery Puarski. He brings Wesley to the window where his rundown flat was. Wesley looks around the room and notices rows of photographs framed and hung. Everything seems to be about him. His father had been there all along watching him. He was devastated that he killed him. To your father, protecting you was worth giving up his life, but still confused and angry Wesley does not seem to understand. Puarski tells him that Cross had not come to kill Wesley but to protect him from Sloane from the fraternity. Your father never wanted you in the fraternity, Wesley. He wanted another life for you. Meanwhile, Cross went rogue because he found out that Sloane had betrayed them, that his name appeared in the loom. Sloane had betrayed the code and chosen power over honor. When Cross found out, he went after Sloane, but Sloane turned the tables on him, saying that he was a traitor and sent assassins after him. But Sloane knew Cross would never hurt him, so he used Wesley as his weapon, a son to kill his father. Puarski hands him an air ticket and urges him to let go. You can have a different life, Wesley, like your father wanted for you. His father wanted him to be free of this, to break the cycle, but Wesley has already made his choice. He will finish what Cross started, and he opens the door to the chamber where Cross kept his war room. Inside, Wesley finds all the evidence he needs. All the explosives, modified watches are there, as well as detailed plans for the fraternity. Cross had everything ready to take them down. As Wesley looks at the plans for the rat bomb, a sudden idea comes to him. He buys stockpiles of peanut butter and gathers every rat he can find in the junkyard. He drives a garbage truck into the front gate of the textile mill, smashing it open. He releases the horde of rats from the back of the truck, each one wearing a watch bomb. He lets them swarm inside before the bombs detonate, causing explosions all over the mill. Wesley kills everyone inside, including the butcher who was his instructor in the slaughterhouse. But Wesley pushes forward until he reaches the library where Fox, Gunsmith, and the remaining assassins surround him. He is outnumbered and cornered with no escape. Sloane walks out smugly certain of his victory, but Wesley uses his last trick and pulls out a keepsake from his father. This is a kill order, and it has Sloane's name on it. His father was not a traitor. Sloane was the one who betrayed them. Sloane's name appeared in the loom and Cross found out, so he tried to kill him, but Sloane turned the tables and made Wesley his assassin. He made him kill his father, but Wesley does not understand why. Fate wanted you dead and he couldn't take it, so he started manufacturing his own targets for his own gains. When Wesley goes to shoot Fox, she knocks the gun from his hands, but the things Wesley said have already planted seeds of doubt in everyone's mind. To everyone's surprise, it is Sloane who speaks first, taking out a scroll of names, which is the current list of the fraternity's members. Everyone here has appeared on the loom's list. If we had obeyed the code to the letter, you would have been dead long ago. I saved your lives, now look where we are stronger than ever. Sloane tells them that if they believe in the code they should shoot themselves, but he convinces them to reject the code, kill Wesley, and move on to bigger things. Shoot this, MF, and let us take our fraternity of assassins to heights reserved only for the gods of men. His speech begins to resonate with some of the assassins, but Fox remains unmoved. She will not betray the code. Without hesitation, she curves a bullet around the room, including herself in the shot. Just before dying, Fox tosses Wesley her gun, which he uses to kill Sloane, but he is already gone. Wesley soon finds himself lost again with no one to answer to. When he checks his bank account, he finds that the millions of francs that made him feel so good have vanished. Sloane has cleaned up his mess, leaving Wesley broke and alone again. He finds himself back in the office cubicle where he used to work, looking over his shoulder, waiting for someone to come and kill him. But Sloane walks in pretending to be his friend and intended to kill him. But he finds only a decoy, and suddenly the bullet soars through the air, killing Sloane in his office window. Then Wesley says, "This is me taking back control of my life. What the F have you done lately?" And the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one.